My name is Victor Adelaja. It's good to be back once again. It's been a while, a long break. I was under the weather for a while, and so, I couldn't speak properly as expected. So I took a break. Back strong and better, I'm sure. You're welcome to another art formation session. Remember what we do on this platform. We ensure that we get intentional, we get deliberate, we take responsibility to unlock the God-given potentials, do what we are expected to do, having been rest assured that God has done what he needed to do, right? He doesn't need us to pressurize him. He doesn't need us to beg him. He doesn't need us to force him to do his part. We should use that energy to work more on ourselves to ensure that we do our part so that we can get results. That's what Food for the Heart is all about, to make sure that we empower you to build capacity to unlock God-given potentials in your life. Today, we are starting a new series quickly, and we are going to be talking about habit of successful entrepreneur. It's good for us to have our own business. It's good for you to have multiple businesses, right? It's good for you, even though you are building career. One day you will still have to move to business, whichever one, either a corporate business or middleman, wholesale, retail, whichever area. It can also be a service business, right? I run a service business too, right? So one of the things I understand that successful entrepreneurs do is that they learn something new every day. If you want to be a successful entrepreneur, you have to make sure that you are learning with every opportunity, because traditional education only takes an entrepreneur so far. Successful entrepreneurs take their education into their own hands, right? The formal education, the traditional education that we do, right? It's only go to take course to where it takes every other person. When it's common, it doesn't make you to be distinct, and it doesn't make you to be outstanding, right? So you have to take your education into your own hand, right? They realize that just because their formal education is finished doesn't mean that they have to stop learning, right? So one of the things you need to hold is what we call continuous learning. A successful entrepreneur, you learn with every opportunity, right? In my own service organization, which is my personal business, every issue that comes off, every customer relationship, every transaction, it comes into policy, it comes into law, and so that it can be a continuous thing that we refer to, and that's because we learn with everything. Everybody we deal with will learn. Every issue that came up will learn. Every transaction will learn from it. That's the way it's supposed to be. You learn every day, and you make sure immediately you implement the lesson into the organizational policy, into your business policy, into your personal policy, if you are still running a one-man business and all that, so that the effect of what you have learned at that particular time will make a difference. There are so many ways to learn, and one way doesn't fit all entrepreneurs. What happened in my own organization or my own personal business might not work for you. So you have to pick up books, read books, right, to understand what is an entrepreneur, understand people's experience, understand daily retail, service, wholesale experience, most especially those that have dealt in the area that you are caring towards, right? So do whatever it takes for you to that next level by making sure that you learn. So successful entrepreneurs, they learn every day, they learn with every opportunity. And of course, we have in the Bible also where God in several ways, Psalm 128, Leviticus 26, 1 Timothy 5, Ephesians 6, God has promised us his blessing. Ephesians 1, John 3, Matthew 4, God has blessed us. God has promised us, he blesses us. God has given us all the blessings and all that. So like I said, we don't have a problem with God about blessing. We don't need to pressurize God. We don't need to beg God. We don't need to to bribe God. No, 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 no. The problem is with you. God loves everyone. God blesses everyone according to his word. But what makes the difference is how you have been able to unlock that potential. For every creation of God, that potential is there. God is a fair God, right? God does not have favoritism, right? God to the Jew is the same to the Gentile. God gave every one of us the capacity to unlock our potential, but we determine if that potential will be manifested or we are going to die raw with that potential. So if there's anybody you see out there who is not doing well, it's not about God, right? I was saying you should not pray. No, you pray to acknowledge God, to appreciate God, and to give all glory, give thanks to him and all that. Listen to him also. That is the most important aspect that I know. When you meditate, you listen back to God. When you appreciate, thank him, you listen back to him for instructions on whatever he wanted you to do. That's prayer, right? So when you keep pressurizing God, you keep begging God, you keep bribing God, you want to coerce, caress, or cajole God to do something for you, you are a joker yourself, right? God blesses everyone, but what makes the difference in the result in our life is how we are determined to do what it takes to bring out what God has deposited in us. Every man, every woman, every child has the deposit of this great potential in them. We are the one that make the difference. If you have been blessed, make sure that you share, you comment, you like this trend so that your friends and family can enjoy the same thing. Until I see you next time, my name is Victor Adelaja. See you in the next episode. Bye.